So moving on to the implementation part, you can see the truth table of a binary to gray code converter. So the truth table of the B to G converter has already been explained to you people. With respect to the truth table, you need to be plotting the K map. So the K map is seen here. So you can see the K map and you can see the ones, all ones here, all this ones has to be made to be a octet. Corresponding to that, if you simplify that, you will be getting a formula which gives G3 is equal to B3. That is this one. Corresponding to G3 will be equal to B3, and you can check it from the truth table. The copy of B3, whatever you can see in the truth table or column corresponding to B3, the same has been copied down to G3, just like what I had explained to you people in the theory part. Moving on to the next one, that is G2. The K map corresponding to G2 has been plotted here. You can see the K map that has been plotted here, and you can see there are two quads which are formed, and corresponding to the quads they have simplified expression, and the expression here says that G2 is equal to B3 into, or G2 is equal to B3 bar into B2 plus B3 into B2 bar, or which is B2 into B3. Similarly, you can check the truth table for G1 and you can check the truth table for G0 also. And also there you can see a light grouping has been done in the pencil, so you can see that this is forming a quad, and this will be forming a quad. Corresponding to that, the formula will be B1 bar into B2 plus B1 bar into B2. Moving on further, the formula for G0 from the truth table has been taken and it has been plotted in the K map, and the formula corresponding to that is B1 bar into B0 plus B1 into B0 bar. So the formulas are ready with you people, but as we need to implement it using the basic gates, so let's check how the circuit will be going on. So the circuit implementation will be going with respect to this particular truth table. So this is your truth table, and corresponding to this we'll be plotting the or we'll be implementing them in the circuit diagram. So you can see this is your circuit diagram. The circuit, what you can see here, this is the circuit diagram using the basic gates. So you can see all your inputs B3, B2, B1 and B0. Kindly remember B3, B2, B1 and B0, and you can see the output. It's G3, G2, G1 and G0. And you can see the gates whatever I'm going to use here are all basic gates. You can see 4 NOT gates, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AND gates, and you can see some OR gates also. So all the things what has to be implemented or what has to be rigged up in the circuit, you can see it here. Moving on to the practical implementation of the circuit, the same has been implemented or the same has been taken and it is plotted in, or it is rigged up using a digital trainer kit. So moving on to the digital trainer kit, the circuit has already been rigged up. So the first IC what I can see here, this is your NOT gate IC. As I need to be using 6 AND gates, so I need to be going with 27408 IC. So this IC is 7408, this IC is your 7408, and this IC is 7432. And the circuit corresponding to that has been already been rigged up. Moving on to the top of the things, this will be your G3, G2, G1 and G0. So these are your outputs, G3, G2, G1 and G0. Moving on, below that you can see the inputs. So this will be your B3, B2, B1 and B0. So the inputs are given from this particular table or from this particular input terminals, and the output is obtained here. Corresponding to that, you can see all the connections that has been done here. You can see the power supply pin connected to pin number 14, and you can see the ground connection that is made to pin number 7 of all the ICs, and you can see all the corresponding connections as it is given in the circuit diagram what we saw earlier. The wire looks to be shabby and it seems to be all crossing over each other because there are lot number of wires running, because of which we are not able to trace the circuit right now. But when you are plotting when you are rigging up the circuit, you can rig it up very neatly based on the circuit diagram and the pin diagrams of the ICs. What we'll do next is we'll turn on the circuit and we'll verify the truth table. So the truth table, what we need to verify, I'll be keeping it here. I'll be keeping the truth table what has to be verified here, and we'll be checking it with respect to the circuit. So I'll turn it on. I'll turn on the circuit. So it's 0 0 0 0. So here B3, B2, B1 and B0 is 0 0. So here B3, B3, B2, B1 and B0 all are 0 0 0. So my output is also, you can see your output is also 0 0 0 0. Next is 0 0 0 1. So I'll make my B not output high. That is, I'll make my B not output high. This is your B not. So I'll make this output high. So B not is high. When B not is high, from the truth table you can see that you should be getting an output of 0 0 0 1. So here this is G3, G2, G1, G0. So for an input of 0 0 0 1, your output is also 0 0 0 1. Moving on, next it is 0 0 1 0. So what I'll do is I'll make it 0 0 1 0. When it is 0 0 1 0, you can see the output to be 0 0 1 1, which is as per the truth table. So you can see here 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 1. Next I'll check for 0 0 1 1. Remember, your output should be 0 0 1 0. So I'll be making it 0 0 1 1, and you can see that your output is your output should be 0 0 1 0. So from here it is 0 0 1 1. It should be 0 0 1. Yeah, here it is 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 0. So it is 0 0 1 0. So with respect to this particular truth table, you can verify all the values. For example, let's go with 1 1 1 1. Let's go with 1 1 1 and 1. With respect to 1 1 1 1, you can see from the truth table it should be 1 0 0 0. So you can see that it is 1 0 0 0. Similarly, if you want to check, you can check for something else. Let's see for 1 1 0 0. So let's see for 1 1 0 0. For 1 1 0 0, it is 1 0 1 0. This is how you are going to verify the truth table for each and every values. But you need to make sure that you will be getting the values accurately for each and every values that is given in the truth table of your lab manual. So this is how you will be rigging up the circuit for the binary to gray code converter. But make sure you will be placing your ICs properly. You will be making the ground and VCC connections properly, and as per the pin diagrams or as per the numbering of the pins of the ICs, you will be connecting the inputs and outputs to the circuit. Once your circuit has been rigged up properly, only then go and verify your outputs. So moving on to our next part of the experiment, which is gray to binary code. You can see the truth table here. So this truth table is actually the truth table which has been derived from the previous one. So you can either use the formulas to write down the truth table, or you can directly go with the mirror image method in order to write the truth table. So what I've done here is I've just written the values of G3, G2, G1, G0 as per I am writing a truth table for a 4 variable one. And after that I've used the mirroring method in order to write B3, B2, B1 and B0. So for this, G3 will be equal to B3. So our B3 is nothing but G3 itself. So I've copied down the values of G3 directly to the column of B3. Coming to B2, I've copied half of the values of G2, and after that I've used mirror image to write the remaining half values. For B1, I have used mirror image for 1/4 of the truth table, and for B0, I have used mirror image for every 2 values. So this is how I got the truth table. Moving on further, the values whatever you can find in the truth table has been plotted in the K-map, and plotting into the K-map we get the formula for B3 is equal to G3, and we also get the formula for B2 equal to, that is, we get the formula for B2 equal to G2 XORed with G3, or you can have the other formula G3 bar into G2 plus G3 into G2 bar. Similarly for B1 I get a formula which is G3 bar into G2 bar into G1 plus G2 bar, G3 bar into G2 into G1 bar plus G3. I get a longer formula which in turn gives me G1 XORed with G2 XORed with G3. And finally moving on to B naught will be also be having a comparatively lengthier formula, and this is what we are going to get here. What changes we have done is, as we know that it is possible to implement them using the XOR gate, basic gate. What we have done here is we have just tried to implement them using the XOR gate. So the XOR gate circuit, you can check out. The XOR gate circuit looks so simple. There is no complications here. The circuit, what you can see here, this is the circuit of your gray to binary code converter using the XOR gate. In case if I had gone with the basic gates, my circuit would have been looking pretty much bigger, because I need to be implementing all these formulas. See, check out the formulas. For B0 I need to be implementing so much. For B2 I need, or B1 I need to be implementing bigger one. So I need to be having lot of NOR OR gates, lot of AND gates, and lot of NOT gates. So what I did here is, in order to make the work simple, I just implemented them using the XOR gates. So that depends on the question paper, whether they will ask you to implement it using the XOR gate or whether they ask you to implement using the basic gate. Sometimes they might ask you to implement one of the circuit using basic gates, and one more circuit might be asked to implement using the XOR gate. You can also see the circuit diagram. You can see the circuit diagram here. When it comes to the circuit diagram here, you can see the circuit diagram looks pretty much simple. So you have the inputs here, which is G3, G2, G1 and G0, and the output is B0, B1, B2 and B3. So three inputs are given here. With respect to that, you can see the XOR gate. So XOR gate is seen here. The pin diagram of the XOR gate, which is not explained to you, you can see it here. This is your XOR gate. 7486 is the XOR gate with 4 XOR gates inside. So you can see it's also 14 pin IC, with pin number 14 is VCC and pin number 7 to be the ground, and the remaining things are 1 and 2 are the input, 3 is output. So I will be having 1, 2, 3 and 4 XOR gate inside my 7486 IC. So here, if you can check out the circuit, I need to be having 1, 2 and 3 XOR gate, which means that I need to be taking one single XOR gate, and I can be implementing gray to binary code converter as it is seen here. So you can see here there is a XOR gate IC, and the connections are made as it is shown here. You can see the connections. And once the connections are done, what you need to do is you need to turn on the circuit. So let me turn on the circuit, and once you turn on the circuit, you can verify the input and output combination. For 0 0 0 0, your output is going to be 0 0 0 itself. For 0 0 0 1, your output is going to be 0 0 0 1. For next one, which is 0 0 1 0, your output is going to be 0 0 1 1. Next is 0 0 1 1, it is going to be 0 0 1 0. Or let me say that I'll be checking for 1 1 1 1. For 1 1, it is going to be 1 0 1 0. Or you can check it for 1 0 1 1, it is going to be 1 1 0 0. So this is how you will be verifying the output of the digital to binary to or gray to binary code converter. In fact, the circuit what I can see here can be implemented using the basic gates also. I'll be going with one NOT gate, I'll be going with some series of AND gates, and I'll be going with series of OR gates, which can be implemented. But what we did here is, in order to simplify the work for the demo purpose, we just tried to implement it using the XOR gate. The circuit diagram using the basic gate has been explained to you in the design part, or in the theory part it has been explained to you people. The circuit has also been shown there. So you can try implement it using XOR gate, or you can implement it using your XOR gates also.